I had somebody reach out to me and say that they really enjoyed your episode and they loved how scientific it almost is. It's
Mhm.
very sciencey. And the question was, what about the heart when it comes to relationships? Like like the heart aspect versus the science aspect. Does that make
Good
sense?
question. Yeah, good
Yeah.
question.
I was like, ooh, I'll ask him. I talk to him every week.
That's a good question because the whole reason I created the science aspect, the whole reason I created what I would call the clinical aspect, the clinical boundaries and um, unconditional boundaries concept, is to give my heart the freedom to feel what it feels. The purpose of unconditional boundaries was to separate my emotional reactions from my chosen reactions, was to give myself a clinical answer or a clinical response or a pre-decided response to how I wanted to respond to what people said or did, how I intentionally wanted to respond to what people said or did, so that once I had decided what to do and was put into a situation, I could choose one of those choices and then have the freedom to have whatever emotional response came up for me. Because the issue I had before is I was having those emotional responses and choosing what to do through my emotions.
Mm.
So if I got angry, I would choose to respond in anger. If I got hurt, I would choose to respond in hurt. If I was excited or impressed or felt loved, I would choose to respond in those ways, which doesn't sound bad when you're talking about the positive emotions. But feeling loved um, can remove your cognitive ability, remove your ability to choose your reaction just as much as anger can. If I'm feeling loved, I might forget that I have a boundary around this thing. If I'm feeling loved, I might not um, be true to myself. If I'm feeling angry, I might not be true to them. So where's the emotions? The unconditional boundaries was designed to separate our decisions from our emotions so that our decisions could be made with an intention and then our emotions could be felt without impacting our decisions unless we wanted them to.